Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Josh. Josh is from England in the UK. So let's see what Josh has to say. Enjoy the interview. So hello Josh, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time today for the interview. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you as well.
So tell me, how's your day going so far?
Yeah, it's all right. I've not really done much. I went to the gym earlier. I've only been back in the gym since last week. I took a hefty amount of time off, about 2 years. So it took a toll on my body, but I'm back in now and I'm doing better than ever health-wise. So yeah,
What did you work out today in the gym?
I did legs, and I've just done another. Well, to get here, it was about another mile. So my legs are feeling pretty dead right now, but I'm sure I'll feel it worse tomorrow.
Wow. So tell me, where are you from, Josh?
So I'm from Cornwall. I'm from a little town called Helston. So
Okay.
you can picture. Have you heard of the Lizard or Land's End?
Yes, it rings a bell, the name actually.
Yeah. So it's basically end of the line for Britain, really. I live about 10 miles away from Land's End. So yeah.
Oh, wow. So tell me something interesting about the place where you live, something that stands out.
I would say one of the biggest things that stands out about Cornwall is definitely pasties. Everyone loves a good Cornish pasty, and even though you can get them up country, they're nothing like what you get down here. They're beautiful, lovely. I love a good pasty. As well as that, the people are generally just very friendly. You walk past people in the street, and more so than up country, people will just look at you and say hello. So that's always really good. And down here in summer, you just can't go wrong with it. The beaches are golden, the seas are beautiful blue. So yeah, all over it's a really nice place. And you've got some really good holiday destinations as well. You've got like Newquay, St Ives, and there's a lot of history and a lot of heritage as well, especially to do with like mining and stuff. So yeah, there's a rich history down here, especially.
Absolutely. I've never been there, but I know very well about Cornwall. I know I've got a friend who goes every year with his family during summertime.
Really?
Yeah, it's a great place.
It's a massive holiday destination, definitely. I'm very, very lucky to live here.
How far are you from the beach?
So basically I live in Helston, and a mile down the road is a place called Porthleven, which is like a harbour village. It's absolutely lovely, and there's a beach there. It's got like a nice big sea defence on it and stuff like that, so you could sit up there, take the views and stuff, and have barbecues or whatever. So yeah, I'm very close to the sea.
Amazing. So tell me, what do you do for work, for living, Josh?
So I'm a charity fundraiser. Basically, I started off doing it when I was 18. It's a job that, like most other people, you just fall into. You don't really know what you're getting yourself into. But yeah, I fell into it, and I just kind of hit the ground running. I was lucky I had a really good team leader who put a lot of time and effort into training me, and just kind of off the dot, I was really good at it. So mainly my speciality in fundraising is going door to door.
Okay.
To go door to door, and you kind of have a pitch or a dialogue, or you speak to people, have a nice conversation, and you just let them know, the charity that I'm kind of working on behalf of, they really do need help. Currently, I'm working on behalf of the Stroke Association. So basically, people that have strokes, they need rehabilitating if they're lucky enough to survive it, because it's the leading cause of adult disability. So the money that's raised goes towards funding, the rehabilitation through physiotherapists, therapists, and just help these people give back their independence, their confidence, and most importantly, their lives. Really, I've done a number of other charities as well. I did Centrepoint, which was for homeless people. You live in London, don't you?
Yeah, look, I do.
Yeah. So Centrepoint is mainly London based. It's for young homeless people between the ages of 18 to 25. Homelessness is something that I've kind of had to deal on the verge with in my life. So that was very close to my heart. I did St John Ambulance as well, which is really good. We helped raise a lot of money in terms of training a new generation of first aiders through children in schools. And also funding, the ambulances and stuff like that, basically. So yeah, did London's air ambulance as well, actually, and helped fund for a new helicopter to come through, because the old one they had was being decommissioned.
Wow.
So yeah, I've raised a lot of money for charity, which is something that I hold quite dear to my heart, and it's yeah,
Oh,
I'm proud of. Yeah,
amazing, amazing, Josh. I think that the work that you do, it's about, I'm sure people appreciate. And, you know, as you said, it gets close to your heart because it's something about helping people. I think that's the
absolutely.
part of it for sure. Okay, so during the interview, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your life and about your point of views, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
So before we start our journey within the magic box, would you like you to tell me something interesting about yourself or maybe something that not many people know about you?
I think something that I have a conflict with that I think is very interesting about myself is that, you know, I throughout my whole life I've always been told that, you know, I come across as a very intelligent person, and I think throughout my life I've always struggled to kind of grasp that. I've always understood that I'm intelligent and I'm meant for big things, but when you're told it so much and you don't apply yourself so much because you just don't know how to, I think that's kind of a really interesting complex about myself.
Hmm.
Something that I'm still trying to grasp and overcome, you know, to this day. But I know people don't, you know, get their lives together, you know, in their 20s, you know. So yeah, that's something that I'm still grasping and wrestling with, and hopefully one day the outcome is incredibly positive. So yeah, that's definitely something I find interesting about myself.
Amazing, very good. Josh, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
Okay.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I have here, I have here my best full of random fun questions, okay? I'm just gonna play a song just for us to relax before the first question. All right?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. Right, so before we start the game, during the join, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Yep.
Right, first question is, what do you like the most about your best friends?
So this is quite a difficult question to answer, simply because I have so many people that I hold very dear to my heart, and in lots of different ways. I have lots of best friends. My my earliest and dearest friend to me is a guy called Luke, and what I like most about him is no matter how much I mess up in life, which I do, I tend to do that quite a lot. Him and his lovely girlfriend will always be there, and they always have my back, no matter what. I could be, you know, wherever. I could call them if I'm in an absolute state or whatever, because my mental health took a decline. Doesn't matter. They'll come pick me up. They'll take me back to theirs. They'll sort me out. You know, all in all, he's just a genuinely fun guy to be around as well. He's always got a really positive attitude. He's an absolute grafter as well. He works really hard, and you know, he's someone that I look at in terms of this person's really got their life together, and it kind of motivates me in a way that, you know, I want to be more like that. So yeah, that's a few things right there.
Wow. Okay, let's see now that Luke is watching this interview right now and you have a moment, an opportunity to send him a message. What would you say?
I would just say thank you for, you know, for always being there. You're an absolute diamond, and I thank. I'm not religious really, but I believe that there probably is some sort of divine presence that puts the world and people on a journey, and that divine presence has allowed me to become and be best friends with someone like that, which I you know, thank my soul for every single day. So yeah, that's the message I'd send right there.
Amazing. I can see him smiling right now.
I hope so.
Next question. Hey, Josh, next question is, okay, tell me something that your parents did that always comforted you.
I would say that my dad is very regimented. He's ex-military. After 33 years, he got to quite a high rank. Although sometimes his decisions in life are questionable. he is at the end of the day a very caring person, and he always has been. And again, just like Luke, he's always had my back, and he's always been there in terms of helping me. So yeah, my mum as well is very much the same. You know, she's a very caring and loving person. Although when I was younger, I probably put her through the works, no doubt. But yeah, it's just the fact that they're caring, and as I've got older in years, they've realised that I've not always made the best decisions, and I've not always been the easiest to deal with. But at the end of the day, they've always still been there. So I'm very thankful for that, and that's yeah, that's what keeps me going.
You have siblings as well?
I do. I've got a 12-year-old sister. She's just about to turn 13. And I've got a 6-year-old little brother. They are with my dad and my stepmom. So yeah.
I see. Amazing. Okay. Next question. Let's do it. Josh, before the next question, of course, we got connected through, TikTok. And of course, on TikTok, you are sharing your journey as a sober person right now. Are you okay to talk about it?
100%, yeah, without a doubt.
Okay, so first of all, it's very inspiring to see someone, first of all, open up about their private lives. You are sharing something very personal. And again, I believe you are helping people and, encouraging people to start a sober life as well. I think it's amazing what you're doing. My question for you is, when was the moment that you realized that, okay, I need to start this journey right now. I need to change my life. I need to go to a right direction. So, and the second part is, what has been the most challenging part for you to follow this journey every day?
So I'm going to give you two different points in my life where the realization really sunk in. The first time was when I was able to turn around and say, right, I've got an addiction. And I was helped to realize that by someone who means absolutely everything to me. Heart, someone who I still to this day love more than anything, to be honest with you. And she helped me realize, and that's when I came to the realization that I did have an addiction. And she did everything she could to help me, but I had such a mental brain fog that I couldn't see that what I was doing was really helping me at all, and I really lost my way, and that resulted in me losing her. Unfortunately, something I'm really wrestling and grasping with right now. And all she really wanted was for me to just get clean and be the person that she knows I can be. And that's exactly what I'm doing now. So the second part of that question, and what's really driving me and what's motivating me, is the fact that although I'm doing everything I'm doing right now for myself, I'm back in the gym, I'm getting healthy, I'm going sober, and I'm never going to return back to that devilish drug that I was doing. Of course, I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it for the people that love me. But there is always going to be something deep down in my heart and my soul that is doing it for her as well. Because I just want her back. To be plain and simple, I'm making myself sound very vulnerable here, but that I've come on this interview to be honest with you, and that is so that's me being completely honest and exactly what my motivations and my drive is, to be honest with you.
I appreciate your honesty, and and I'm gonna say again, Josh, I think you are very brave. You are very brave to do what you are doing, and I think it's not easy. And at the end of the day, you are doing something for yourself, and I'm sure people appreciate that. People around you, this lovely girl. I'm sure everyone around you, they appreciate that, because somehow, they love you, they care about you, and see you giving this first step. It's a big thing. So carry on, and well done for the start, for sure. Well done for you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Amazing. Next question is, what makes you a unique person?
I would say what makes me unique in terms of the way I come across. I'm always told that I talk very almost Victorian-like. My vocabulary and stuff, and the way, especially the way I write as well. And a lot of my friends always say, if we're ever on group chats and stuff, they're like, you sound so Victorian with the way you speak. I like to use proper English and grammar and stuff, which a lot of my friends don't. So yeah, there's that. I think that's something that makes me come across as a very unique person. Um, I just, all in all, I love humor. I probably incorporate humor into a lot more than I should. Maybe at times that aren't incredibly appropriate as well. But I use it as a coping mechanism more times than less. Um, Also, I think something, I'm not blowing my own trumpet, but I am very good at speaking to people. I'm very good at conveying my own points,
Yep.
especially like, with the door knocking and stuff that I do. It can be a very rugged job sometimes. I've got to deal with a lot of rejection,
Hmm.
but I'm always very good at conveying a point across. So I think that's something that I find quite unique about myself, definitely.
You come across a very confident person. The way you talk is very confident. You know you're talking about. It's amazing to see. Since when we connected, I was like, okay, he's a confident guy.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
By the way, I love the flowers behind you, the sunflowers. Beautiful. My favorite flower, the sunflowers.
They're
Beautiful.
nice. They're nice, aren't they? Do you know what? I didn't actually notice that, but I'm glad that they're in the background now. I can
Beautiful. Beautiful.
paint
Somehow,
a pretty picture.
absolutely brings this nice vibe for the interview. I love it. Amazing.
Absolutely.
Next one. Let's do it. Hey, next question is, okay, what is the best first date have you ever been on?
It's a good question. I would have to say, because of just the emotional connection I've got with this person, I can't really narrow it down to a complete first date, because we weren't really exclusive in that way, for a good, you know few months, to be quite honest with you. Maybe actually longer than that. But the first kind of earliest date I can remember with her, and one that I will never ever forget, was we went to a Thai restaurant in a place called Falmouth, which is a really lovely place. Um, and we went there and we got really lovely food. But we had a couple of drinks, and then we went home, and just the image of her, the way she looked, the way she looked at me, I'll just never forget. And it's the same with every single time we've ever done anything, just looking and speaking to her. No matter what we've done so much in the time that we were together, and I will hold every single one of those moments dear and close to my heart for the rest of my life.
Do you consider yourself to be a romantic person?
Yeah, I would say so. I think the unfortunate thing is that when it came to the romantic stuff during that relationship, my addiction probably got in the way very heavily,
Hmm.
which is something that I will regret for the rest of my life. But I would definitely say that we had some very incredibly romantic moments, and yeah, I would say that I am a romantic person. Yeah,
Amazing. Okay. Ready for another question?
absolutely.
Let's do it. Next one. Before the next question, as of course in the beginning of the interview, you said how much you love your job, the appreciation that you have for your job, and I'm glad that I'm talking to you and people passing by that the camera is on me, so I don't need to delete this part. I love it. So tell me, of course, I could see how much you appreciate, you love your job, but the flip side, what do you find most challenging about your career?
I think the most challenging thing has got to be when you have those days. Not every day is going to be amazing, and you've got to kind of realize that. And to be able to do my job, you've got to be able to really mentally fortify your mind. If you're not able to do that, you will not survive in the job that I do. You have days where you can go out and you can get, a standard day for me would be about 3-4 people to sign up. You can have those really amazing days where you go out and you're like, oh, I've just got 8 signups, I've just got 10. But you also do have those days where you'll come away with nothing, and it does hit you mentally. The most important thing you've got to realize, though, is that every day is a new day, and you look back and you realize that, oh, even though I've had this bad day, I've had all these other great days, and it's just all about being mentally strong. And if you put the work in, and you learn, and you pick up things from other people, you will go far in the job that I do.
Okay, amazing. Next question is, what is one thing you can't live without?
Right. Okay. I see. I've got a number of questions, a number of answers to this. Things that I thought I couldn't live without, and things that I just can't. Something that I cannot live without, which is really having an impact on my gut right now, is spicy food. I absolutely love spicy food. If I ever get an Indian, like a takeaway, or we go to an Indian restaurant or something, you can absolutely bet I'm going to get a vindaloo. And I've had a fowl quite a few times as well, which absolutely blew my brains off. But yeah, spicy food I think is a big one. One thing I didn't think I could live without was gaming. But I've not gamed in a while now, so that's something that I never thought I'd be able to kind of get over. But yeah, I did.
Do you like cooking?
I love cooking. I've always been told that I'm a very good cook. I think I've got a lot more into my cooking again recently because obviously from going to the gym and stuff, I'm trying to get into a calorie surplus to put a lot of weight on. But one thing that I absolutely love more than just cooking is cooking for other people.
Mm-hmm.
During my relationship, I think one of the things that made me most happiest was cooking a meal for us both, and getting a compliment on how much she really enjoyed it, and just being able to see through her facial expressions that she really did. So yeah, there's that.
Amazing, very good. Next question, let's do it. Okay, Josh, next question is, if you could go anywhere in the world right now, right this moment, where would you go and why?
I think I would go to America personally. It really does seem like the land of opportunity. I think you see a lot of people over there, and they're able to make something of themselves because of the opportunity that's provided. Being from Cornwall, there really is an incredible lack of opportunity down here, and there are a ridiculous amount of incredibly talented people down here that I know doing a varied amount of things, and they don't get noticed half as much because of where they're from. I think if people that I know were living somewhere like that, then they would be a lot more of an influence than they are right now. And I feel exactly the same for myself. Of course, living somewhere else and being from somewhere else could take you on a completely different path to the one that you're on because of where you're from. But yeah, that's something, and America is definitely that place.
Anywhere specific in America or anywhere over there?
I think somewhere like, I don't know, maybe like LA, Los Angeles, Miami, possibly. So yeah, so anywhere like that, really.
I just picture yourself talking the way you talk right now in Los Angeles or in Miami. Imagine people spotting you like, oh my God, look at him, the way he talks, very, very English.
It would be the dream, wouldn't it?
3 questions left. Let's do it. Before the next question, I'm going to ask a tough question for you right now. Yeah. Knowing the place where you are right now, you start this sober journey, you are in a good place right now. My question for you is, if you had the superpower of erasing that period of your life where you were lost, your mental health, your, a bit everywhere, you couldn't control your desires, your emotions at the time. If you had the superpower, would you erase it or would you keep it, knowing the person you are right now?
Yeah, that's definitely an incredibly tough question. Would superpower be? Is it something that, like, something not very grounded? Is it one of those, like, you see in a comic book? Do I have the pick of the superpower? Because if I had the pick, I would say, during that time, like I said, when my brain was foggy and I didn't do what I needed to do in order to keep that person, I would say something that is quite a grounded superpower these days is realization. Self-realization towards the fact that, like, what am I doing? Why am I not doing that? I'm really gonna end up absolutely everything to me if I don't do what is absolutely necessary. So I think back then and even now, I would definitely say that realization would have been the absolute number one superpower to have had. And I would have definitely kept hold of that, for sure. Absolutely.
I see. All right. Next question is, how would you describe a perfect, healthy relationship?
I would definitely say, and this is something that I'm probably a little bit more able to answer now. First and foremost, communication. And not just, you know, being able to have a conversation with someone, but sitting down and understanding, you know, what this person loves, what they're not happy with, what you need to do in order to keep that person happy, and make sure that they have the absolute best life. And you are obviously in a relationship with that person, so you should also be providing as much as possible to make that happen. You know, when they come to you and they say, look, this needs to change, or I love this, you know, you don't just sit down and you nod your head. You really dive into what you can do as a couple to ensure that does come to fruition, and the happiness really does thrive. I mean, you know, take it with my own, and being told so many times that things need to change. And first and foremost, my addiction, I didn't realize until I did realize, but I didn't act, and I didn't do anything properly until it was too late. So I definitely think communication is at the front of that. Other than that, you know, it's just knowing that person inside and out, you know, their mannerisms, their tones of voice, you know, knowing what they love, what they don't love, you know, what foods they like, you know, what their health is like, you know, are you encouraging them to eat healthily? Are you encouraging them to exercise? Are you encouraging them to be the absolute best person that they can possibly be? And throughout my relationship, she absolutely always did. It's just sad to say that I couldn't always do the same for her, and it'll be a massive regret for the rest of my life. Hopefully one day, doing what I'm doing, maybe things can be different.
I think you know, I know, Josh, I think at the end of the day, I think you need to, you know, to keep going what you're doing, you know, think about yourself, think about the good things that come into your life, you know what I mean, when you are doing what you're doing right now, and people, they would appreciate that. I think, you know, I can see that you are in a place now that, you know, you are get this journey now, the sober journey, you have so much expectation, which is nice, which is good for you, and I think you're just going in the right direction. You're just follow your instinct, your desire, you know. I think somehow you open up your eyes, you know what I mean, somehow you kind of, okay, I wake up now, I can see clearly now what things that we couldn't see before. That's how I see.
Absolutely.
And communication is the big key of everything, you know what I mean, relationship, friendship. I think really communicating with person around you is the basic that you can do. And I think, you know, people, they get to know you better, and that's how things move forward. Communication is the big key. That's how I see as well.
Absolutely.
2 questions left. Let's do it. Hey, Josh from England. Next question is, what was the biggest punishment have you ever received?
That's a good question. So something that I was always very lucky with when I was younger, even though I was a bit of a terror, especially in school, my mum and my dad will absolutely, and all my teachers will vouch for that, for sure. I was always very lucky in terms that I never really got grounded. I was always, very lucky in those terms. I think one of the biggest punishments I ever received was probably being kicked out of my house, though. But you know, at the age of, I think I must have been 17.
Wow.
Granted, I deserved it. I absolutely did deserve it, you know. But I would still say that's probably one of the biggest punishments I've ever received in terms of a reflection on my own behaviour. I would say another one that hit me really hard was when I was in the military. So I'm ex-Navy, and I went out one night with a load of mates, and I didn't make it back to the, because we were in training. I didn't make it back to base for the curfew time. So I was locked out of base, and I didn't get back onto base then till about 9 in the morning. and I was due to go on holiday, and I hadn't been home in over a year,
Wow.
for a week. And I was so excited to see all my friends, see my family and everything. And they took the holiday off me and gave me duty. And duty is absolutely horrendous. It's like you've got to, you go and muster at 5 o'clock every morning. You do all these horrendous jobs, and yeah, that was a pretty hefty punishment that I received, which I did not enjoy and I did not take well per se.
No, looking back, do you think you deserved it? Looking back,
I think I deserved a form of punishment, because at the end of the day, I broke the rules. And when you're in a military environment, you break the rules and you pay a penance for it. But I don't think I deserved something so harsh. I think maybe at the very least they could have kept me on duty for a couple of days and then let me go home.
oh
So
dear.
I think there was a little bit of an extreme punishment right there, but I deserved a punishment, but maybe not one as extreme as the one I received.
I love their honesty. I love when you said about your parents kick you out when you were 17. I just love it.
Yeah, there's been a couple of times.
So what's your star sign astrology?
So I'm actually born on a cusp. This is actually something that I could have said, but it's quite unique to me. I'm born on a cusp. So I'm born on the 21st of May, which is the cusp between Taurus and Gemini.
Okay.
And if you spoke to anyone that knows me really well, they would say that I've definitely got a lot of qualities of both of those, So yeah, that it's interesting to know that I'm born on a cusp, but I quite like the idea of it.
Amazing. Last question, ready?
Absolutely.
Do it, last one. But before the last question, people watching this interview right now, maybe they are struggling with addiction, maybe they're struggling with, something that they cannot control. What would be your best piece of advice for those people?
I would definitely say take a look around you. Take a look around you. And as I mentioned previously about, what is important about a relationship, that doesn't just have to come down to someone that you're, romantically involved with. That comes down to everyone, family, friends, the person you are in a relationship with. Speak to these people, communicate with them, say to them, what kind of path do you think I'm going on? Do I need to change? And then realize for yourself that these people around you that are speaking to you and filling you with so much love really do have your best interests at heart. When you are suffering with stuff like addiction, I know better than anyone that you really can neglect these people that are just trying to do absolutely everything to help you. So first and foremost, I would say listen to these people, hold them dearly to your heart, and don't let them go, and don't do anything that will make them have to turn around and let you go in return. Also, I would say when you are struggling with addiction and stuff, it can be very easy to lose your way in terms of your health and looking after yourself. There's gyms out there, there's the simple apps for people that need the help. You've got meetings, AA meetings, so people that are all dealing with the exact same thing. People that you really should get in contact with and speak to them and almost just find out how they pushed through and they dealt with what they're dealing with, because no matter what, you speak to people, they've all got their own different coping mechanisms and their own ways of how they got themselves out of the stick that they were in. And you can never get too much advice, I don't think. And also keep a journal. I use my TikTok as a journal. I like writing a lot, but I don't really like writing with a pen so much. I do a lot of writing on my phone, but I found that TikTok and the video diaries that I was doing has been a really big help. So keep these diaries, even if you don't want to, release it out into the public like I've done, to be honest, and show people about the journey I'm doing. You can always record stuff on your phone and just keep them in a private, little folder. You can write any of these different things, but it's really important to look back on, because when you get to a day, 2 weeks even, and you look back on those 2 weeks, everything you've said, everything you've done, it really, really does help. Absolutely.
Amazing. Okay. Last question is, what was the last thing that made you smile genuinely?
Yeah, this is going to be quite a tough question to answer. I would say even though I'm on this journey that I've been on for the past 11 days now, I would say in that time I have struggled very, very heavily to smile. And I would say before that, I've struggled very, very heavily to smile. I think the last time I properly smiled with, just genuine happiness was when I was, with my ex-girlfriend. To be quite honest with you, and that's just, I guess that's heartbreak, isn't it? Really, mentally when it comes to those kind of things, I'm not incredibly strong. So I would probably say, just off the top of my head, the last time I really properly smiled was after I'd been to a little festival with my ex-girlfriend, and we went with some of our friends and that, and we just had a really, really amazing time together. And yeah, just every time I looked at her that day and any other day would be many of the times I smiled. But unfortunately, there's not been much smiling since then. But I know that things get better, and they will. And I never know what's around the corner. So
Totally.
yeah, just got to keep doing what I'm doing and hope for happier days.
I can see you talking now, and about her. I can see a lot of hearts going out of your head like this. A lot of hearts going out,
Yeah,
all the way to the sunflowers behind.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. When I met her, just meeting her and the way that we clicked, it was very natural. Something more natural than I've ever had in my life, and just the way she is as a person. It really, it took me for two, knocked me for six. And yeah, she just is everything basically. to be open and as vulnerable as I'm being, I might as well end with that really.
Amazing. Okay, so then yet, let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Okay. Let's start with family.
Love.
Money.
Work.
I thought you'd say love again.
Well, yeah.
Fear.
Overcoming.
Life.
Ups and downs.
Okay. Love.
I'm going to use two words here. Nothing better.
Okay. Religion.
A hard one. Stories.
Okay. Sex.
Knowledge.
I like, my God, I had here over 1,000 interviews on the show and nobody ever said knowledge for sex. I like your answer. Wow. Unique. Politics.
I don't know how to sum that up in one word. Actually, I do. Corruption.
Okay. Friendship.
Necessity.
Okay. Desire.
Greed.
Regret.
Part of life, I would say.
Okay. Success.
One day.
Wish.
Yes, please.
Happiness.
Healthy relationships.
Okay. One word for Cornwall.
So many. Friendly.
Okay. Did I say right? Cornwall. Yeah. I was.
Cornwall. Yeah.
Cornwall. Cornwall. Fair. England. One word.
Football.
Who do you support in the?
I get a lot of grief and I get a lot of stick for this. I'm a Queen's Park Rangers fan.
Okay.
You don't get a lot of us down here, and we don't do very well. But I've stuck by the fact that I'm a Queen's Park Rangers fan for many years now, and I will go to my grave supporting them. So yeah.
In the last word, one word for addiction.
Devilish.
Actually, another word now. One word for sober journey.
Headstrong.
Okay. So let's pretend now I'm going to meet your friend Luke, the one you mentioned at the beginning of the interview, and I would ask him to define yourself in one positive word and one negative word only. What he would say?
I would say negative. He would say easily influenced.
Okay.
And positive, I would say that I think he would think that I'm funny. I'm very humorous and intelligent. I think they're the words that he would use. Sure.
Amazing. Let's play now, Josh and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. Hey, Josh, you can ask me a question now.
Lovely. Yeah. So I think it's really interesting what you do with these interviews and stuff, and I think it's a really good way for people to get their voice heard. You know, when maybe they don't have the opportunity. What's been your drive and what's been your inspiration into putting all this together? Because I'm sure you put, a lot of your hard work and time into it. And I can really see that from your page and your videos and stuff. So yeah, what's your inspiration? What's your drive?
Wow, great question. And the answer comes straight away. The answer is people. I think people, they are so controversial. They are so intelligent, interesting. You know what I mean? There are so many interesting things about talking to people around the globe that you have no idea. It's interesting to see people expressing themselves. They can be vulnerable, like, people can express themselves in a way that I never expected before. People that can be very open, they can be very, expressive as well. They, as you said about, hearing their voice, they want to talk, they want to express themselves. So I think what motivates me the most, Josh, is about connect with people right now. When I'm here doing the interview, I completely forget that I'm recording. I just remember when I look here on the corner, because it's so fascinating about listen to people, to see their reaction, their memories, their desires, their everything that they share here on the show. So I think the biggest inspiration, it's about people. And we are so different at the same time as well. We are so similar. I think all of us, what I realized through those over 1,000 interviews is all of us, we are here to follow something, to become a better person, to learn, to help people, to express ourselves. So I think it's so fascinating to see so many people around the globe, expressing the way they are and trying to pass a message. Could be any kind of message. And I think people come here, it's about not being judged. Yeah, people are here to express who they are without any any kind of judgmental here. So I think what inspired me to do this show every day, it's about people for sure. Yeah, connect with people.
Absolutely. That's a great answer.
Did you enjoy the interview?
Absolutely, I did. I think it's one of those things where beforehand I wasn't quite sure what I was in for, but to have now done the interview and conveyed myself the way I have and said the things I have, I think it also helped get a lot off my chest. To be honest with you, things that I'm really struggling to get off my chest right now, and I hope that people watch this, and I don't know if you do, but if you put my TikTok handle in the description of the video and stuff, just so people can come to me and if they do need any help, they need any inspiration. One thing I've always thought of in my life is to be a coach and kind of use my own experiences in life to kind of help people on a journey to success and healthy relationships, so if I have that opportunity in life, then that's something I'll absolutely take. So thank you for the opportunity to say what I needed to say. I'm very appreciative of it. Thank you.
So people who would like to connect with you, to find your page, how they can find you?
So on TikTok, it's just Wills with 2 S's, 00. So it's WILSS 00. and you'll find me straight away.
Amazing. Once again, Josh, thanks so much for being so open. You know, it's amazing to see you starting this journey in your life. You know, you are just becoming a better person and you are helping people as well, exposing yourself. It's very brave. You know, it's not easy for sure. You know, and you're being vulnerable. And I think that's what life is about. It's about us, you know, to connect with people and show that everyone has a journey, everyone has a story to tell, and see someone so open and strong as well. To do that is amazing. And I just hope that, you know, you shared a lot about, you know, your love life. You know, there's someone that's, you know, left a big impact in your life in a very positive way. And I just hope the best for you. I just hope somehow things get together, things get in a way that maybe you're expecting. You know, it's fascinating to see where I just hope that, I just wish the very best. I just wish one day I receive a message from you say, really, you know what? Things are happening now. I would love to hear that. And if
I,
not,
abs-
you
I
never know.
absolutely will. You know, if things go the way that, you know, I'm holding on to a very, very teeny tiny amount of hope. I'll put it that way. Some might even think that the hope is non-existent, but for me, it really is there, and it's a drive. It's my motivation, my impetus.
Yeah,
So I hope that one day I can message you and be able to say, look what I've done. Look who
amazing.
I've got back to.
And I'll just tell you something. Time will tell. It's a very simple phrase, but it says everything. Time will tell, and
Absolutely.
you're gonna find the answers through the journey. So I just wish all the best, and I just hope things get together the way you want to. Before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
I would say, again, go referencing back to what I've said before. You know, one of the most important things in life, and something that you can't live without, is relationships. Not just romantic ones, relationships with your friends, with your family. You know, teachers, anyone like that, your work colleagues, your boss. Really treat those people with the absolute utmost of respect, because these are people that will guide you in life. They will shape who you are as a person, and these are people that will also ensure your happiness. You know, you really do get back what you put in from people, and I think if you put your absolute best, be the best version of yourself for people, they will do the exact same for you. So yeah, that's what I'd leave people with.
Amazing. Amazing. Thanks so much. Regards to your friends and to your family, and you keep in touch. It was a pleasure having you on the show. Okay, enjoy your evening.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Have a lovely evening, all right?
Take care. Keep in touch. Okay. Bye bye.
Cheers. And you. Thank you. Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye. See you next time.